welcome to the channel. In this video I'll be sharing tips on what documents you need to prepare for your defense. So I'll be talking about what documents to prepare for your defense. So who am I? I'm David. I was arrested for a criminal offence and I was on bail for 3 years before the case against me was dropped in a Crown Court in the UK. Check out my other videos for further information. The usual disclaimer: I'm not a legal professional and the thoughts, advice and reflections herein are my own as a layperson. I recommend you get advice from a properly qualified legal professional. And this is a continuation from parts 1 and part 2, so do check out those 2 videos. These are the way you should be formatting it and how you should present it to your legal team. So those are the 26 documents so far that occur to me. So how do you format it? So this is a note on the formatting of these 26 documents. So I think type it out on A4, at least 1.5 line space, so it's easier to read and for the solicitor and barrister to make notes on between the lines and in the margins. Each paragraph is numbered, so it's easy to reference each point. Thirdly, and I've mentioned this before, this is important, treat each document as a standalone document. That is, if you've said something in a witness statement summary and it's relevant to other documents, say so, include it in its entirety. Don't assume the legal team has read all your documents and can cross-reference everything in their head. So there will be duplication of information between the documents, and that is fine. Many documents may look the same, and that's fine too, but they must be standalone documents. So you can pick up document 7 and everything's in there. You can pick up document 14 and everything's in there. You don't have to say, look at this document, look at document 19 for that. Everything that's relevant to that topic is in that document. So it's a standalone document, and don't assume anything. So make it very clear. Mark each document, in fact each page, with a version number and or ideally a date stamp. You'll be updating these documents over the months, even years. In my case, it went on for 3 years, and some documents will need to be updated and will supersede others. So in the footer or in somewhere you will need each document a date stamp. This is the information as of the 1st of May, 2020. And then you might have another document. This is dated the 1st of September 2020. So that will be useful, so you can shred documents as and when they become outdated. When forwarding to your solicitor or barrister and your legal team, send the documents in 3 formats. This is my view. A hard copy, i.e. printed paper, handed over or posted, recorded delivery, and 2 electronic versions, one in a Word version, so it's editable and people can add to it and take things away, but also a PDF which is locked to that data production. So that's a hard copy, a Word copy which is editable, and also a PDF which is locked. Don't ever describe any document as final. Give it a date, because you'll end up having many final documents. So always date it rather than call it something. I think it's important to send a hard copy because you cannot assume your solicitor or barrister will print off copies. Arguably, you could send 2 printed copies to your solicitor, one for the solicitor and his or her file, and the other one to be forwarded on to the barrister. Of course, keep a printed copy for yourself and different versions as and when. And you add a title page to each document. So don't just start with point 1, 2, 3 with a header. Add a book cover almost, or a title to a thesis or a book, saying this is a standalone document. The title page should list your name, your address, your solicitor and their address, your case number, explain the name of the case if necessary, and explain the name of the document and what it's doing, and list any appendices, list the date and the document version prominently, and keep that consistent across 26 documents. So when it's laid out on the table, let's say you have your 26 documents, you might have more, and you can glance at each title page and it's very clear what that document is doing. And of course, keep backups. It is important, paper backups and also electronic backups in different places. Now, not on your computer, but in the cloud, on memory sticks, burnt onto DVDs, and also in different locations, because you wouldn't want the police to turn up, make a second visit, let's say, and seize your computer equipment. They'll take everything, as they did in my case. So you want to keep things in different places, different locations, in different formats. And finally, that is it, really. So don't panic. That's my message. This seems a lot to do, but you do it over months. But you can maybe start listing the things you need to categorize and start compiling the information. And then you can format it into the relevant information as and when. By the time I finished my case, I think it was 170 pages of A4 paper on my case, listing all of these documents covering the evidence and the witnesses and the alleged offence and all these kinds of things. But take your time and keep updating it and make it super functional, super clear. The language should be easy to read. Don't make it emotional. Don't say things like, it is outrageous that. Say, it is incorrectly stated that X, Y, and Z. So make it objective, make it standalone and readable and easy to cross-reference. And that's it. So I hope you found that useful. Those are 26 documents that I can think of. You could think of more depending on your case. Some might relate to more technical information or electronic information or the time frame that might be relevant to your offence, but try and break it down, all the aspects of your case, keep it logical and precise and authoritative and checkable and factual. So thank you for that. Please do check my other videos. I'm going to be pushing out more videos on what can be done. Do write down in the comments below if you think I've missed anything or if you think I should add any further information to any of these particular papers that should be included in a legal briefing for your legal team. And best of luck. Please subscribe, and if you're interested in helping me, then you can buy the books. Obviously you can find them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. So they're titled Mad as Hell Parts 1 and 2 by David N. Anderson. But there's also, I'm setting up a Patreon account, so if you want to support me and help me try and knock out more videos, that'd be a great help. Okay, thank you.
Let's go.